All right, next up, we go to the offensive line here. And then we'll do another receiver because we can't help ourselves. Listen, I literally went in the list that PFF gave us and went down and said, okay, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. That makes sense. That doesn't make sense. So we got our first offensive lineman. And this is a guy that'd be a pipe dream to a certain degree, but not without his faults. And that's Ronnie Stanley, who, another guy, by the way, who does charity work with animals. So got to give the credit at that point.
Yay.
Ronnie Stanley is also is 30 years old. PFF said it's hard to argue that any player improved their free agency stock more this season than Ravens left tackle. After a devastating ankle injury in 2021 seemed to stall his career, Ronnie Stanley was back to top form in 2024, posting an impressive 79.6 PFF passing grade through the first 12 weeks. Now, there's a key part of what I said there, guys. Left tackle. For him to come to the Giants, he'd have to agree to play right tackle. Now, here's the interesting thing you get into this, though. So, like, you hear about this all the time with players like Orlando Brown is a classic example. Like, I want to play left tackle. Left tackles get paid better. And he's not wrong. For the record, he ain't wrong. But when you're 30 years old, you're not as worried about that. This is potentially your last big deal you ever get. Let's be honest. He's going to get a 5-year deal. He's going to get probably $100 million at least. Unless the injuries are that concerning to people, because that's a legit concern. He missed 4 games in 23, 6 in 22, and then only played in 7 games combined in 20 and 21. That's not good.
Yeah.
But he played a full season this year. So if your medical people think he's good, do you take the risk? And would he want to play right tackle? Like I said, I think it's different when you're 30. I really do. Like, you're not worried about that next big deal because this is your last big deal. Yeah. As long as you're getting paid appropriately for what you're doing, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. He's gonna talk to his agent. He's gonna go to a couple of, I guess, trials practices, if you will.
Yeah,
they're gonna bring him in, work him out, and then I wouldn't be surprised. Not just us, like anywhere he goes, might be right tackle.
Who knows? I mean, unless you got a place like that just is perpetually just trying to save their quarterback, like the Chiefs or the Bengals. There's a couple teams that just can't seem to get offensive line right. Maybe they take a shot at a nice veteran like that. But like I said, to me, I don't think it's crazy to sit there and say, let's call him up and see if he would. Because if you go ahead and get him hypothetically at right tackle, you can sit there and say, you know what? We know you've been a great left tackle for many years. We have one already, obviously, in Andrew Thomas. We'd like to put you on the right side. We're going to pay you appropriately. We're not trying to hurt you by the switch. And if Andrew Thomas gets hurt, we'd have no problem putting you back over to left tackle for that time period. Let's see what he says. Worst thing he says is no. Best thing he says is let's talk turkey.
Ooh.
Gobble, gobble. And then you got a guy who, like I said, is a veteran, legit tackle on both ends of your offensive line. And you can really now protect whoever the quarterback is going to be. You can go ahead and move Illuminor into guard. And now if let's say you re-sign Van Roten is now going to battle it out with JMS for center. You improve multiple positions of your line potentially in one shot.
Yeah.
That's worth it. That's where I'm a little more willing to pay for a tackle than I am for a guard. Because you don't get that chain reaction when you go get a guy like a Trey Smith. You get that chain reaction when you can move Illuminor in and then potentially move Greer Van Roten in too. So, like I said, to me, it's worth it. But, we gotta go ahead and see what he's willing to do. And that's what it boils down to. He does get to decide where he goes. So
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please.